So hello and thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to be talking about placement and employability, and I am Professor Deborah Dixon in the School of Geographical and Earth Sciences, and I am also the head of our postgraduate taught programs. So please let me introduce, first of all, William.
Hi everyone, my name is William Kelly. I'm a senior lecturer in geospatial sciences, and I convene the geospatial and geomatic work placements that we have on our PGT programs.
Thank you, William. And next, Cheryl.
Hi everyone, I'm Sharon McGeechan. I'm a senior lecturer in human geography here in the School of Geographical and Earth Sciences, and one of my roles is to convene the Graduate Futures module here in our PGT landscape.
All right, thank you. Now, we have two different kinds of placements within the school. And so what I wanted to ask you to do is just summarize the nature of the placement that you manage. And I'll ask you first, William, just to talk about what kind of placement it is.
Yes, of course. So thanks. The work placements on the geospatial and the geomatic side are 6-month work placements, and importantly, these are 60 credit work placements, which replace the traditional dissertation or MSc project. So the geomatics work placement exists on our land and hydrographic surveying with work placement degree, and we can also offer it on our geoinformation technology and cartography MSc as well. So these are substantial working in work-based learning. So these are substantial work-based learning opportunities in the commercial environment that lasts for 6 months, and these are full-time employment contracts as well. So students are employed directly by a private company, and they are paid for the duration of the placement.
All right, thank you so much. Now, Cheryl, the placements that you manage work quite differently, don't they?
Yeah, so the placements as part of the Graduate Futures course is one component of the course, which is the course is very much focused on sort of skills and thinking about employment. And part of that is a placement which happens across one semester, and it encompasses 140 hours with a placement provider. So very, very different from the placements that William was describing.
All right, thank you so much, Cheryl. Now, in terms of how students are matched up with a particular placement, I just wanted to ask you to summarize how that happens with the two different models that we have. So, William.
Okay, so we can set up placements in a variety of ways. In the main, we offer quite a lot of support in the organization of the 6-month work placements. We liaise directly with employers that we have well-established links with, and have hosted placements in the past, and we are always making new relationships in the private sector as well to host more students. So we organize a number of interviews for the students. These may take place on campus, or they may be held remotely with employers. So we will always do our best to make sure that there is a number of placement opportunities there. But students are also able to contact companies on their own and try to establish a placement themselves. If it's a very particular area of interest that they have, then they're welcome to do that. And we provide some guidance on what an approved work placement provider may look like. And then we can work with them as well to establish an appropriate placement for them.
All right, thank you so much. Cheryl, your placements work a little differently to match up student with the organization. Could you just say something about how that operates?
Yeah, so because these placements, they're not paid placements, unlike the other program, and so we have a lot of connections, and through myself and other members of the school, we sort of facilitate the connections connections with the providers and provide a list of these providers to the students, who then get to rank their kind of preferred choices, and we try to match students up with one of those preferred choices. However, similarly to what William was saying, if a student already has quite a good connection with a provider, or just a real interest in a particular area, then we can sometimes facilitate an already established connection and bring that into our provider catalogue system.
All right, thank you. And a really important question here is, and William, I'll ask you this first. Are the placements that you have open to international students?
Absolutely, yes. And we have quite a well-established history of working with our international students and placing them with employers for these degree programs. These work placements are, because they are an integrated and substantial part of their degree, they are eligible to work full-time, salaried for these companies. So the allowances for working are different from the standard visa criteria that students usually have when they enter the UK, because those apply to term time working. So because these work placements are an integrated and assessed part of the degree program, they are required. Then yes, our international students are able to work with our partners, and we have a good history of students from Africa, Europe, the US, and Asia actually working with our employers. So yes, absolutely.
All right, thank you, William. Is Cheryl, same question?
Yeah, and very similar, absolutely. International students can take part in the placements and have done very successfully, so absolutely.
Now, I'm just going to ask next about the types of placements that our students have worked with, whether it be businesses or NGOs, third sector, and so on. So, William, I'll ask you first. What kind of industries and companies have our students worked with on your placements?
Okay, so for the geomatics or geospatial work placements, our students have been employed with many companies within the land, hydrographic, and engineering sector. These placements are aligned to two, at the moment, very specific degrees. So our students are working for land surveying firms, engineering and infrastructure firms, and offshore surveying or hydrographic surveying companies. And some of those include companies like Strabag, WSP, Malcolm Hughes, Andrews Survey, and many, many more. Landscape engineering, and many more. So our degree programs are very aligned towards the geospatial, data collection, processing, and creating maps and models for all sorts of applications in engineering, but also environmental modeling as well. So we are very focused on that discipline.
No, that's great. Thank you, William. And Cheryl, same question. What kinds of organizations are we looking at?
Yes, so we have a real range and a real diverse set of placement providers, and these are continually developing and continually changing. We have the more institutional placements, so places like the National Museums of Scotland, for example. We have more kind of community-based placements, so things like Plastic Free Helensburgh. But we also have university placements as well. So different kinds of opportunities within the university to take part in sort of cutting edge research programs, sort of like the Centre for Sustainable Solutions. So lots of opportunities for students to get involved with a whole host of different providers.
It's a very wide range, isn't it, in terms of the placements that you have? So consultancies, NGOs, arts organizations, community groups.
Yeah.
So Cheryl, I'm going to ask you this question first for a change, but what are the benefits, do you think, of undertaking a placement with these kinds of organizations?
I mean, I think the key strength that I see coming out of students is a growth in confidence, a growth in their abilities to connect, to communicate, but also to feel part of something really current, really vibrant. And so I think a lot of what I see students gaining is, of course, the experience in employability, so filling in application forms, doing interviews, actually engaging with a particular type of provider, but actually there's an inner sense of confidence that gets instilled by being able to take part in a placement activity. So it's a really rewarding part of the degree programme.
No, thank you. And William, same question. What do you think are the real benefits for students from undertaking a placement?
Oh, wow. So many. We've running these placements since 2018, I think. And one of the main things links to exactly what Cheryl is saying is that you get to see the growth in these students as future professionals and as people. Observed substantial transformations in confidence and professional ability with many of these students over the course of the 6 months. And so the general benefits of the placements are really developing not just new cutting edge, technologically exciting working environments, but also just the development in those personal attributes that they have with a growing sense of necessity of independence and being commercially minded in these working environments and working with many stakeholders, environmental, engineering, and many others. They develop so many skills. So it really is quite a unique and rewarding experience, and for me as well, to see them develop.
Oh, thank you both. I mean, those skills really do help in terms of just giving people a sense of direction of where they want to go after they graduate in terms of opening up career options, but they also provide transferable skills for employability in general. And so I wanted to ask next, thinking back across the students that we've had on our placements, have you found there's a sort of direct connection between their placement and then what they've gone on to do, even staying with the same organization, perhaps even? So, William, I'll ask you that first.
Hi. Yes. So for the geospatial work placements in land and hydrographic surveying, we really do see successful outcomes from these work placement experiences. So whilst these work placements, they are with commercial companies, so nothing is ever guaranteed, of course, but we do find that many, if not most, of our students stay with their host company after the immediate completion of their placement. Some students find that they have found the work experience to be of value and interesting, but may want to pursue another discipline or another aspect of the sector, and a few of our students do that. But we have also traced their progression, and they are always within our sector and continuing to develop after graduation. So we are we're very happy with our track record with regards to that, and that's a testament not just to the work of the students, but also our industry partners who put a lot of work and support into with our students on these placements. So they provide not just health and safety, environmental training, but mentorship and professional guidance as well with some of our professional bodies. So we're really do quite a lot there, and so we've got quite a good successful track record.
No, that's really excellent. And Cheryl, same question in terms of what these placements provide in terms of employability, maybe in the same sector, after students graduate.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've heard from a lot of students that because the placements do work quite differently from the ones that William are describing, actually sometimes these placements are out with the specific area that a student might have had experience in before or be familiar with. And a lot of students really value the widening of their, not only their CV, but also what they feel they're capable of, and gives them new insight into different kinds of industries or different types of organizations. So a lot of the feedback from students is offered them a portal to see new opportunities for their own future, and to go into things that perhaps they had never even considered was possible with the qualifications that they have. So I think that widening effect has been such a positive thing for many students. But of course, some students are very excited about the specific placement work that they've been doing and have followed up with particular organisations for other opportunities that they might want to take on. So yeah, there's a lot of positivity around what that, even in a small placement capacity, what it can really achieve and do for the future career trajectory of the students.
All right, thank you both so much. We're going to close the discussion now, but thank you everyone for joining, for watching, and we hope to see you at some point at the University of Glasgow. So thank you.
Thank you.